Welcome back, YouTubers. Time to look at this year's Old Guardian from Stone. But wait, no, this is not the regular Old Guardian. This is 2013, so this is the odd years release. This is the oak smoked Stone Old Guardian barley wine style ale. 11.4% this year. Already got it poured out. Says on the back, there's a big long description from Greg. It's more of a story, I should say. On the bottom it says the odd dose this year is not Belgian style yeast like it was last year. This year's is German oak smoked wheat malt, which is what they apparently used in The Perfect Crime, that collaboration, Black Saison. So this pours out nice, clear, darker amber, nice color, good clarity, good carbonation coming up. I poured out about a finger of just lightly off-white head. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, it's definitely different than regular Old Guardian. Yeah, the oak smoked wheat malt is definitely present on the nose. It's almost like they added oak chips to the beer, but it doesn't have that wood tannin character quite. It's an interesting aroma. The oak smoke is definitely more woody, but it doesn't have that, that more like smoky campfire, peat character some of the other smoked malts have. So it's nice, unique. It tends to dominate more than the hops, which would usually dominate the aroma of Old Guardian. Certainly getting a little bit of like piney citrus notes, but not a whole lot. Some sweet caramel on the nose as well, but yeah, it definitely smells different than the regular one. So let's dig in. Cheers. Well, that's a good deal different. The hops are certainly there. It's certainly a bitter American style barley wine. There's plenty of malt sweetness, but I like the fact that there's plenty of this oak smoked wheat malt in there. You don't miss it. But it's still pretty well integrated into the beer. It has a nice medium mouthfeel to it. No alcohol on the aroma or the taste, which makes it really dangerous. 11.4%. That's really well done. Up front, you get a brief kick of bitterness. It's more of that bitter grapefruit, piney character. That kind of briefly goes, and then you get a lot of sweetness, and that smoke character comes in midway through, and it has this nice, sweeter, caramelly, smoky, bready character. The flavor of the oak smoke has a little bit of that sort of campfire character, but not a lot. The mouthfeel is real nice. It's real nice and creamy thanks to that being a wheat malt. That's something that I don't quite get on the regular version. The finish, just more of that sweetness, but then the hops sort of kick back in, and you get a lot more of that really piney, grapefruity bitterness. The beer finishes nice and dry, thanks to the alcohol, the hops, all that, the yeast, and it really prevents it from going too cloying. The hops kick back in. There's more bitterness lingering on the palate, some like earthy, bitter citrus, like that bitter grapefruit peel, and piney notes. And then the oak smoke character comes back into play. You get a little of that lingering on the palate, which is nice, and just a touch of sweetness. So it's kind of like it finishes more or less how the beer drinks, but it lingers around a little bit with the main flavors of the beer. Get a little touch of a fruitiness in there as well, maybe a yeast-driven character, I'm guessing. So it adds a little bit of complexity to the beer as well. So the verdict on this beer, well, if you absolutely hate smoked beers, you probably will not like this. That being said, if the smoked beers that you don't like are the really bacony campfire or the really peaty ones, this is a little different profile. It's cool to kind of get that wood character using a malt instead of a barrel or oak chips or cubes or something like that, and it lacks that sort of oaky tannin character. Then again, you don't get the vanilla character either coming in. So I really like this version. I prefer it over the regular. In fact, both odd years I prefer over the regular version of Old Guardian. So I'm gonna go A- with this one. I think this is nice. I like smokier types of beer, and I think they nailed the amount, unlike the Perfect Crime where it was really lacking in that smoke character. This one has enough of it. So it's gonna wrap it up for this year's odd release of Old Guardian. Thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe. Cheers.